Hi everyone, welcome to Beadinkrazy Custom Creations. I'm Miss Frances. I want to apologize ahead of time for me looking like a hot mess. I've been outside and I didn't think my hair looked that bad, but hey. Anyway, we're going to roll with it. Hold on one second. Let me get my fan turned on low here. Not that it's going to matter, but all right. This is for Delan's Handmade Woodworking Challenge, his heart challenge. So, what I'm going to use today is Mixed-Mold, which is a ceramic resin. And I have my heart molds. So, I'm going to make hearts and decorate them in different things. So let's get my no, I want no, 0. I want grams. Okay. Alright. That's gonna go off before I even get to it. Dang it, I just cleaned them out. Okay, I'm going to start by setting this down on the floor. When I get ready to mix it up, then I'll pull it back up here. I'm going to start by using some Let's Resin Holographic glitter. I like to use that on the mixed molds. But we're actually going to use other items, like I have some really pretty floral washi tape. We're just going to decorate them. We're going to decorate them up. Alright, so I'm going to get my brush here and my brush cleaner. And we're going to, well, maybe we'll do 2 of each if I can. This is the color is this? Aqua blue. And you just, let me get you down. You can't even see what I'm doing. You just want to burnish it in so it sticks to the silicone. Now I watched Miss April with Dragons and Dresses Craft Sortium the other day making jewelry and got to mix the mold stuff in different shapes. And of course she was using nail stickers. I don't what nail stickers I have or Halloween ones. So I don't think I want to do that for the challenge. Okay, so I have pink. You really don't want to leave too much loose in there, so I will shake it off when I'm done. Because if you do, you'll have a bunch of bubbles. And I don't want a bunch of bubbles in the mixed mold. Now it will have to set. It'll have to dry for 24 hours before I can do any decorating. You really need it to dry before you start sticking stuff on it. I decorated a bunch not too long ago, and that was purple. I thought that was pink. It's purple. I let them dry. I let them dry for 24 hours before I put anything on them. You can use, now I was watching another lady. You can use UV resin on them, but they need to be dry in order for the UV resin to adhere to them. So you could glue stuff to them. You just have to let the mix to mold dry for 24 hours. Which is what I'm going to do. I just wanted to get this challenge started because I got another one to do for Miss June. And I got to figure out what I'm doing for that one. Alright, let's do some couple silvers. Now you're going to hear my dogs barking. I'm sorry. I apologize for that because I don't know what it is. The neighbor's doing something outside and they keep hearing the neighbors, so they're going to continue to bark. There's nothing I can do about it. Alright, so alright, let's do we're going to do some gold. There's one spot there it don't seem to be covering very well. There we go. And we'll do one more gold over here just in case I decide to make earrings out of them. They're not very heavy, so I mean my granddaughters would wear them. Especially Miss Bella. Gold's her favorite. So she would wear it. Okay. Now the others, I think I will leave them, I'm going to leave them white. Simply because I'm going to decorate them anyway. So those I just wanted them to have some color. Alright, set that over there. We're going to dust any excess off. Okay. Alright, so now I'm going to start out with, I think, 200 grams. This is a little messy, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip these over. Because I don't want powder all in it. And believe me, this powder, I probably should turn that fan off too. I'm going to have powder blown everywhere, all over me and all over the room here. Okay. For now, I don't want that blowing. Okay. That thing didn't stay on very long. Grams. Oops, I'm a little over there. Alright, here's 200. Alright, so that, I think that gets, it's been a while since I did it. I have to remember how much water it gets. Well, I think it's 60, so we'll do 12. Whoops, I didn't mean to drop that in there. Tablespoons, we'll do 12 tablespoons of water. Now, the one thing about that is if you find that you put too much water in it, you can always go back and put more powder in, which is probably what I'm going to end up having to do. I don't want it that runny. I think I put too much water in it. Should have stopped at maybe 8. Alright, so let's put some more powder in now. Use a couple more scoops, hopefully. Already started out putting too much. Alright, that's 2 more scoops. We're going to see if that'll do it. No, it's not going to do it. It's too runny. And I got some all over my... Yeah, it's still too runny. Look on it. I don't want that either. I've been using like a little whisk, but someone told me, I watched someone else do it, and they said to use a fork because you get your lumps out easier. So that's what I'm doing. I'm using a fork. I want to make sure I get my lumps out. I don't want lumps everywhere. This is still too runny. You don't want it real thick, but you don't want it real runny either. So I started out by putting way too much water in there. And I don't think, I want to say I don't have any lumps, but I don't. I know better than to say that. Because then you start pouring in here, out comes lumps. I think I made way too much, but that's okay. I got some molds over here that I can pour it in. I just need it to thicken up some. I don't want it that runny. And it's getting all this. Alright, that's a little better than it was. I just am having a hard time telling whether I got my lumps out. I got a hair or something floating there, which I don't want in. Alright, this usually sets up pretty quickly. But like I said, we'll pour them and then we'll probably have to wait 24 hours unless I don't know, I might put them, I'm going to put them somewhere where they might dry quicker. Because I have another collaboration video to make for autumn for Miss June. So this one's for Delan and his heart challenge. Okay. Alright, let's try. Lay it there. Alright. Probably better grab another mold because this is going to be way too much. Grab my tree mold. I'll pour it if I have to. Okay. I actually hate pouring out of this big old tub. And I never know whether my table is level. Should be, but just because it should be doesn't mean anything. Yeah, that one's kind of off. I can tell. One side's not filled up all the way. If I go too far, I'm going to overfill the other side. Okay. Sorry, I didn't make sure I got everything out of the way so it would be easy for you to see here. Okay. I do this a lot. I make like jars with lids for the most part out of this. And then I make my own candles and pour in there. I make great birthday gifts, Christmas gifts. I've got some candle making videos on there where I've made candles. And videos from making the jars. You're gonna have to move out of my way here. Sit over there for the moment. Pretty sure I'm gonna have some to pour in you. It's my washing machine. I should have shut the door. It would have drowned out some of the noise. Okay. Before I do that, let me set that over there. Yeah, you might spill some out, but if you jiggle them around a little bit, it makes the bubbles come up. Okay, so I'm gonna pour this. This is my tree, my tree succulent. Wow, I may end up having more than I need still. Okay, doggone it. Not a lot, but I do have some more left. Oh well. What do I do with my... Give me my dragon coaster here. Come on. Might put just a little dab water in there. Just to mix that up. Yeah, some of it's all fell to the bottom. And it's kind of caked up, and you don't want it that way, so you just put it in there and you mix it up more. And just so you know, on the back of the mix to mold bucket, it tells you different sizes of mix to mold to make up. It'll give you how much mix to mold to put in and how much water to put in. So that way you aren't just winging it. All right. You also do not ever want to run this down your sink to clean it out. You either wipe it out, which is what I normally do. I wipe it out with paper towels before it dries in my container. Because if you run it down your sink, you're definitely gonna stop your sink up. So it's either, wipe it out while it's still wet, which is what I try to do while it's still wet. I wipe it out of the container. Or you set you a container of just water that you can dump out somewhere and use that. But I actually, out of all the eco ones that I've used, I actually like the mix to mold better. I've used Let's Resin Magic Pour. I have used J. Dixon's Resin Crete. I've used Hobby Lobby's Perfect Cast. Now, Perfect Cast isn't bad. It's just if you want something to be really, if you're trying for something to be really white, you don't want to use Perfect Cast. Because Perfect Cast has like a gray tint to it. So, it's not going to be perfectly white at all. And I've found that if you don't put any color in it, then you can it'll wash out of your clothes. So that works for me. Okay. So now I'm just gonna pause you, and I will be back when these are ready to be taken out. I just made this one plain white. And same with some of these hearts and this dragon one. So, I will be back when these are ready to be unmolded. Alright, I'm back. It's probably been 45 minutes to an hour. I'm going to take my tree stump guy out because I'm sure it's done. Okay. There's him. I've made a lot of him. He seems to be my go-to mold. He is my go-to mold. Now I can paint him because he's mixed to mold, so I can paint him. Now I went ahead and took out one set of hearts, which I think, you know what, I'm going to put them over here on my heat mat. Now that may not be the most bright idea, but I'd like to dry them before I start decorating them. And I really don't want to wait 24 hours to do that. So I'm thinking if I give them some heat, that might dry them quicker. Could crack them. We'll see. I've never done it before. I'm just going to do it and see what happens. Alright, let's get these out. Oh, wow. I like that one. I like the blue one. I like how it turned out. And any overpour you can just pick right off. Here's the holographic blue. Yeah. I do like this. Because any overpour you could just... You could file it off, or you could just pick it right off with... Here's the other blue one. Or you can just pick it right off with your hand. I think this was silver. Here's the silver. I'm going to try it. I mean, I'll set the timer on there for 2 hours. And I got to keep them on both sides of that line there. I'm hoping it'll work. I think that was the purple. I was over there messing with my light for a while. That's the other purple. Yeah, my light over there, I bought new bulbs for it, and for some weird reason, there's the pink. I can only get 2 bulbs to light up. So I'm assuming I didn't put it in there correctly. That was the other pink, and this one is the gold, the other gold one. Alright, so what I'm going to do is probably not something I should do, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to turn my heat mat on for 2 hours and see if I can't dry these out so that I can decorate them today. And Delan, I will probably send your box out on Thursday, because it's gonna be one of those weeks again where I have so much to do. I've got a lot of work to do around here. And I need to get it done. So Thursday is going to be supposed to be a rainy day, and even if it isn't a rainy day, I will go to the post office and send it out. I actually have to find a box to put the other 2 boxes in. Make them both fit in there and fit in. I don't want them in there super tight because I don't want them to get jacked up, but and I will mark the boxes, so if you want to reship them to the people who won, yeah, I will mark the boxes for you so you know which one's which. So, but I'm going to try and put them all in one box. And I might have to get a box from the post office when I go and do it that way and send it out. Okay, there's that one. That one's cleaned. All the glitter's cleaned off. I think I'm going to, and I don't know how this works. I don't know if it's going to work. Oh, yes. That's cool. There's my dragon coaster. I'm going to put it over there too and let it dry right along with the rest of them. I don't know if it'll work. I'm just going to try it. And I'm going to, let me get my cover for that. And let it go for 2 hours. And see what happens. Keep the heat in. And we'll be back. Alright, I got these off my heat mat. Now, I'm not sure if that's anything you really should do, but they seem to be, they're still a little moist on the back. But the tops of them are pretty dry. So I have some really pretty washi tape. And I had some butterflies. Now, butterflies are kind of old. And I've been having to use tape to peel them because they're stickers. And they don't want to peel. They don't want to peel. And I'm having a hard time trying to get them peeled loose. Yeah, see. Come on. There we go. All right. Got it peeled. Now if I can get the tape off without ripping it, I'll be good. So those are, and I'm not sure whether they're going to be pendants or earrings. I'm not sure which. They're awfully big, but they're really light. So there's the blue ones with the blue butterflies. All right, and I have some for the gold ones. I was going to do this washi tape, which I'll probably have to use tape again because I don't think I'm going to get them loose. All right. air bubbles happening underneath it. Well, since I figured that mostly everyone would be doing some kind of wood project for the Hearts Challenge, I decided to do something different instead of doing a wood. I mean, I could have done wood, but I decided that I thought this would be got an air bubble there. Put a hole in it so I can get the air out, get it to stick. So I still will have to coat them, but I need to leave them set probably at least another, doggone it, that one just doesn't want to lay down there. I know there's no air under it. There shouldn't be now. Well, I'll have to put a coat over it, and I probably will use UV resin. So, and I won't make you wait and watch all that. I would have thought that would have stuck it a little better. Still got some air bubbles there. I don't remember who I seen do this. I seen someone do it, and it worked so well. It's better than fighting with the sticker trying to get it off of there. So, okay. And these probably aren't matching perfectly because I'm just eyeballing them. I'm not measuring. Okay, there's those. Yeah, I will probably have to poke some holes in and make sure that I get all those pieces stuck down. But there's the roses on the gold. Okay, so those are done. They just need to dry. Then I will coat them. Okay. I have some some more butterflies. I have some more flowers. I have these little gem butterflies, which are stickers. Let's see if I can get them off of here without too much of a hassle. Pretty sticky. Okay. Come on, don't. Alright, there's that, and I will coat it with something. It's that pair. And even if they just end up being pendants, I'll just have doubles. Okay, so I was going to put these other butterflies on this one, but I have some more flowered. I have a bunch of flowered. I don't know where I stuck it all. Yeah, I do. I have some more over here. Some of it may be, I don't know, some of it, that looks more like holidays. That's like a holiday too. And you just have to look and see what you can make fit. Let's do the silver. I do like this big piece, but I'm not sure it'll work. I don't know how well it will work. Doggone it. I did like that though. Alright, well, that's too light, really. That one was just about perfect, and I like that one, so let's see if there's another one that big. There it is. Okay. Oh, I don't want to drop the whole thing. I'll be chasing it all around the floor here. Try not to drop it. Yeah, it might not. Might work, it might not work. We're gonna see here. We got some other pretty flowers on there, but some of those are just too light too. Actually, maybe it would look better on, I really like it, but I don't know if it's gonna work. I cut it out, but I just don't know if it's gonna fit. And I bet my sound on this is sucky, because I forgot, hold on. Alright, I'm still debating on the rest of these. I did cut these out, and I really like this floral print, but I can't get the whole piece won't go on there. And I really want to use the whole piece. The same with this here. The whole piece is not gonna, I don't think it's gonna fit. So I don't want to waste them. I will see what else I got. I know I got some more butterflies. I know that, but let's see what else I got down here. I have some of this, which I don't really like that for the heart. I have some tattoos. I don't want to use those big ones. I don't want to have to cut them down a bunch to use them. I do have nail stickers, but those are Halloween themed, so I'm not using them. Let's see what I got in here that's not Halloween themed. I just don't know that I can make them fit, but I have some tattoo ones. You just have to cut them. I don't mind cutting those down as much as I would mind, like the little flowers. I've cut them down before and put them on there with the little hearts. The rest are like sugar skulls and Halloween stuff, which I don't really want to do. But I really like that one. I just don't know how much of it I could get on there. I have to trim it and see what else I got. Those are dragons, and they won't fit. They're way too big. Dragons won't work. What do I got there? Halloween. Those are Halloween. Oh, I like that feather though. Just don't, it's too big. There's a floral print that might work. I think that wolf's too big. Yep. It's cool, but it's too big. Yeah. I got some other ones. Yeah, I might have to make some different jewelry that I can put those on. Oh, I like that rose too. That one's kind of cool. The small one might fit on there. I'll leave that one out. The small one might fit on there. Yeah. No. Oh, dang it. And some butterflies. I don't want butterflies. I got plenty of those. It's a wolf. That's a wolf. Doggone it. Maybe. And maybe that one. Dogs. Okay. Well, and I got too many matching things here. Okay. Let's trim this. See if I can get it to fit on one. More than likely, I'm going to have to trim that stem off, whether I want to or not, or at least trim it down, because I don't think it's going to work. All right. Let's put this on one of the white ones, because those there, I have to figure out something matching for them. Hold on here. If I move it up some, I won't have to. I'm going to have to cut it off. Yeah, it's too long. It's not going to work. Okay. I hate re-wetting this down, but I'm going to have to. Dang, I just made a water mess everywhere. I don't like re-wetting them down, but like I said, they're going to have to cure anyway. Okay. Come on. There you go. That's very cute. They're not all going to be the same. I mean, if I'm going to use some of this stuff, they're not all going to be the same. Let's put that. I don't know that I can get the writing on there, but I can probably get the flower on there. And maybe a portion of the writing. Sorry, I was trying to get this video up and going for Delan's challenge so I could work on Miss June's collaboration, which is recycle, reuse, autumn themed, which I've yet figured out what I'm going to do on that. Yeah, I don't know. I got some ideas. I just have to sit here and just work it till it works out the way I want it to work out. So I'm trying to finish this one, send the pictures to Delan, and then that one will be done. Oh, I can't hold on to anything today. Yeah, I don't know where I'm cutting that off, but I'm going to have to cut it off, I'm sure. Right about there, I think. I gotta make sure I got it short enough. Okay. Wow, that one didn't stay. That's weird. Never had them peel up like that. Thought it would stay. Let's try peeling it the other way. Come on. What the heck? Got you plenty wet. Well, I did peel the stem off. That's okay. I'm okay with that. The flower's on. It was my main goal anyway, is to get the flower on there. Okay, let's see, I don't know what else I got here. Let's see what else I'm gonna use. I do like, let's get some more tape and get the butterflies stuck. I think I have some, I do have some holographic butterflies, but I think they're, I don't know if I can find any that are small enough for it to work. Let me see here. know. Thinking, not sure there's anything in here small enough to fit. And they would be very pretty if they would, but I don't know that there's anything small enough. Nope. I don't think I'm even gonna, I'm not gonna go there. Because I don't think I think they're way too big. Alright, so we're gonna roll with what we got here. Let's get these other butterflies put on, and then I'll see what I got as far as, I got some other butterflies there I haven't opened. I really like the flowers, but I don't know if those are going to work. So we're going to put these on. Maybe we are. Dang it. It should be fairly easy to peel off of there. Alright, there's that one. Excuse the whiny butt upstairs. He just can't stand it that I'm down here, and I've been down here most of the day, and it's bugging him really badly. Alright, there's the butterflies. Man, I really like that, but I don't... I can't get the whole thing on there. Maybe this guy. Might be able to get him on there. Whiny. Kingo, stop! You little jerk. It isn't gonna do you any good. Okay, let's see. Hopefully I won't have to trim his... Let's move those up there. Hopefully I won't have to trim his horns. I don't know. No, I think he'll go. Could just trim in between them though. let's see. Okay. Okay. There's that one. Anybody who are hunters, there's that one. Alright, let's look at my other. I don't think I like those colored butterflies, but I don't want to cut up any more of my picture, really. Let's see what we got here. And more butterflies, but these are more pastel colors. Just gotta find some small. Oh, that's a dragonfly there. Gotta find two that match. I don't need blue again. I already did blue. Too big. I do kind of like that one. I don't know, I'm not really liking that color. May not have any small ones left in here. Looks like I might have picked the small ones out for another project that I did. That one's wings are too far out. May not have any matching ones. That's cute. Those are cute. Kind of like the green. Too big though. Talk on it. All right. Let's see what we can do here. That could go on one of the white ones. It doesn't really matter. So could the dragonfly. Could put the dragonfly on there. I also like this one. Okay. Alright, let's put these back in the package. I don't want to I don't want to be spilling them and having to pick them up all over the floor there. Okay. I gotta add that to my shopping list too. I'm gonna have to get me another couple rows of painter's tape. I seem to use quite a bit of it. Big whiny. Yeah, well. These are more than likely going to be pendants, so oh, come on, stick. Peel. You just don't want to peel, do you? That one's kind of got a wrinkle in it. If that's okay, I'll fix it. I'll fix it. I'll have to poke a hole in it and let the air out. There's those two. We're going to put the dragonfly on the other one. Let's put the dragonfly on that one. Yeah, he's whining because their feeding time is 4 o'clock. And he usually starts whining about an hour ahead of time. But he's just going to have to whine because I got to be careful so I don't rip this one. All right. A plain, but it's a little plain, but it's a dragonfly. I mean, when I coat them, I can coat them with some sparkle and then they won't be so plain. Here's the dragonfly. Alright, let's figure out what color is going where. I think I will put these pinkish colored ones on there, I think. I do like these. Alright. But I also like the smaller ones better. I think they'll fit on there better. I don't know that I like that color that well. But I'm going to get these finished, and then you kind of get the idea. I might bring you back after they've set for 24 hours so that I can show you how I'm going to coat the top of them and finish them off. But for the most part, I'm just using stickers. This was mixed to mold, which is a ceramic resin. It's pretty simple to use. And like I said, I really like that one. I really like the mixed to mold. But you really should let them set at least 24 hours before you do any curing on the backs of them, because oh, what a crybaby. Okay. We almost got them all covered. And you pretty much get the gist of everything, so I guess I could just go ahead and come back when they've set for 24 hours so that they're good enough for me to put some UV resin over the top of them, and resin them and finish them off. Get my bales out and whatever I'm going to use and finish them off. I really was hoping to finish this one today, but I don't think that's going to happen. There's that one. That's it. Okay. And I don't know. I think I'm going to put these on there. You're just not sticky enough now. Trying to use that piece of tape longer than for more than just one time here. I gotta watch Allison's video too. Yeah, I do. Come on. Yeah, I don't know if that's gonna work now. Come on. I got the tape really stuck there. There we go. Whoops. Good thing I was done with it. And there is that set. Okay, so I will be back in 24 hours when they're ready to be coated, and we will coat them with some UV resin and get them finished. So I will see you then. Bye for now. All right, I'm back to finish this heart challenge. Yeah, I didn't really feel well yesterday, so I didn't get it finished. Now I'm going to show you two different ways to seal them. These here I'm going to seal with some Duraclear gloss varnish, because they're just tattoos, and that should hold it on there. So you just put a coat over the top. And I found that this stuff dries with, well, if sometimes you gotta put two coats on, but it dries shiny, which I like. The others I have loaded over here on the tray, we're going to do UV resin on. But I just thought I would show you both ways. Alright, there's that one. I've already put one coat on, so this is a second coat. Cover your sticker, or tattoo, whatever it is that you were using. These were tattoos. And I basically just cover the whole front of the heart. Now, like I said, they've already had one coat. So I'm going to put a second coat on them, and then we're going to move on, and I'm going to show you how to use the UV resin on them. I do like both ways. This way, you know, it dries pretty quick. I mean, UV dries pretty quick. Cures pretty quick. As long as you don't put a whole lot on, and you don't really want to flood coat it. Alright, there's those three. Let's set these out of the way for a moment. I gotta get this video up and going and get these pictures to Delan on his heart challenge, and then I'm going to do another video today because I've been busy this week and haven't done nothing. And Delan, I didn't get your the box out today. I'm going to do it tomorrow. Actually, I need to find a bigger box that I can put them both in. I'm going to see if I can't put them in the same box, but I want to make sure they're covered really well so that they don't get scuffed up or broke. I don't think it'd be hard to, well, I think it would be hard to break them with them being polyurethane, but I'm not going to say you couldn't. But I don't want them scuffed. So I will make sure I got them padded pretty good. And Runic, I'm still, I don't know. I sent Runic and Grumpy pictures of the specialty wood that I have. Would work for like wood turning. It would work well for that. I just don't, I don't think it would carve well, but I think it would work well for wood turning. Okay, so that's all the Duraclear. And I'm going to pour what's left back in the bottle because I'm not going to waste it. That's the great thing about putting it in the little paper cups is you can just scrunch them and pour it right back in. I got another challenge to do. It's, it's not a challenge. It's a collaboration with Crafty Family with June's House of Crafts for autumn. Reuse, recycle. I don't know what I'm doing with that. I pulled some stuff out. I just don't know what I'm doing. Alright, let's see if I can move some of these out of my way. I need to get this other part in camera so that you can see what I'm doing. Gonna have to cut that one again. I cut it better. It's got air bubble and I don't want the air bubble to move these up there without touching them. Oops, come on. Move. Let them go ahead and dry. Okay. Just get them out of my way is what I'm trying to do. So I have room. Now those there I think are going to have to be cured with UV resin because of the stones that are on them. They need to be sealed really well. I don't know that the Duraclear would seal them. I gotta put my brush in some water here. Okay. UV resin. I got my lamp out. So we're gonna work on these and see, yeah, I got all kinds of stuff on mine. Let's see, let's find a tool. The right tool I want to use. That's not the one I want. I really don't want a dotting tool. I know most people use dotting tools, but I kind of like my other little silicone tools, really. This one's got a point on it. And yeah, my tools could use some major cleaning, really. Yeah, I need to clean them again. But I just need something to push it. I need to make sure my both lights are lit up. Nope, they are not. Okay. There we go. Okay. I'm using BS resin, UV resin. Doesn't say whether it's hard type or not. I don't know whether it is or not, but I'm not gonna go crazy on it either. I don't want to go too crazy. I want to This one may not be the one I want to use. I probably should get some gloves on. I need a better tool. That one's not working for me. I don't want that one either. There we go. That might work better. It's a little softer than the other one was. Heard somebody right outside my window. That's weird. That neighbor don't hardly come outside. But I noticed the tree trimmers were here this morning. Or I should say, well, it was still morning because it was about 11. But I don't know who they were here for because I opened my door and obviously they weren't here for me. So I'm going to say they were supposed to be working on the neighbor's trees, and they didn't want to go in their yard anyway because it hadn't been mowed. And none of them like snakes, so I can totally relate. I'm not fond of them myself. I know some people don't mind them, but I don't like snakes. I can deal with spiders, but I don't like snakes. And spiders are easier for me to deal with. Alright, I'm trying to make sure I'm getting this smoothed out. Because I don't want a bumpy coat. And I really should have put it on my mat and then did it, because now I need to take it off here and wipe that's under there off, because I don't want it stuck to the plastic. Alright, well, we're going to move it. I need to get me a alcohol wipe. We're going to move it off. We'll do them on there and then we'll transfer them over. Alcohol wipe. Yeah, because I don't want that. I got enough on my tray, and this is the one that Miss April sent me, and I'm trying not to. I got enough on it already. So, and I kind of want to hit that with a lighter. Yeah, still it looks kind of fish-eye. So it's got some fish eyes there. Yeah, I don't know if a dotting tool would work better or not, but I really thought this would work pretty well. It's a silicone and it can just be clean, wiped off. Why am I don't know why I keep getting fish-eyed here. what's going on there. Maybe I'll take it and do it this way and then just rotate it. Getting way too much. I need to put my gloves on. Whoops. Like I said, I don't want to. Thought that would be an easier way to do it. Might have been if I didn't rotate it so much. Yeah, I thought about just using a brush, but yeah, I could just use a micro brush and just go over the top of them, I guess. I thought this way would be easier. I don't mind about getting it on this old mat. I can clean that off. Just trying to get it smoothed out. Make sure I don't have any. Yeah, I did get some on my new mat. Doggone it. Alright. I don't like that one. I do not like it. I may do the rest of them with Duraclear. This one keeps fisheyeing in the same place. And I don't like that. I kind of wanted it to be smooth. All right. Yeah, let me take those off of there. I'll do two at a time here. Because actually I'd love to put some paper or plastic over the top of this. I really didn't want to have to clean more UV resin off of it. But I guess I will. Alright. I'll put them in there and see what they look like. Clean this UV off my new mat, which I'm not happy about. I don't want it on there. Okay, I'm not really liking that. I should be too late now. I need to have some gloves. Still pretty sticky. Need to get me some more, have to run it right off of it. running off there too. Oh well. Doggone it. You weren't supposed to run off. I do kind of like the way the UV resin makes the holographic glitter stand out. I just don't want any fish eyes there. Give me a cup because I'm making a mess here. Trying not to, but I am. Guess I need a little bit heavier UV resin, really. All right. Let's get my, there it is, my torch here. I was down here and had the sound muted, but I was keeping an eye on watching stuff. So let's go back. Miss Patricia was doing something too. And, you know, when there's just music on, I just put it on and just watch it. Because I don't know, it ran off too. I mean, I know it needs to be a fairly thin coat, but it's trying to get the coat to be like you want it. Easier to do with the Duraclear than it is with UV resin. Alright, I got two over there that, let me just go ahead and set that there, pull these out, which are probably stuck to my, yeah, they're not exactly as smooth as I would like them to be, and stuck to my, yep. like I'm stuck to my plastic here. I try and keep it clean, but it doesn't always work. And I have to scrape it. Alright, let's pull these up. Any overage I can trim. I'm going to go ahead and stick these in there and let them finish. Hopefully they're not going to run everywhere now because they've already been partially cured. I'm going to turn them on 3 minutes. See, now you can just scrape it right off. Once it's cured, you can wipe it off with a baby wipe or alcohol wipe, or just scrape it off. Alright. I don't know. I think I'm going to do a set of these in the gloss varnish, because I'm not really liking this. It's not as smooth as I would like for it to be. I mean, it's shiny, nice and shiny, but it's not smooth. At least these are shiny and they're smooth. So, that being said, I want to try and do some with the... I know I'm going to have to do the gems with the UV resin, but I'm going to try and use some of this and coat those and see what they look like. Might be an easier way to do it. And it may make it just as shiny as using UV resin, really. We'll see. All right. Hold on, I need to get that sunlight shining in my window there. I don't want my UV resin to cure. Let them dry and see how they turn out. If I don't like them, I guess I can always put a coat of UV over them. Reason why I didn't decorate or finish them the day I poured them is I needed to really let them set for 24 hours before I started coating them with anything. I mean, sticking the stickers on them was one thing, but I didn't want to coat them with nothing until they had finished curing. Alright. We will let that dry, and it's not a shiny finish. It's like a satin finish. I mean, these are shiny, whereas I'm gonna have to take something and cut that off, and it still feels a little sticky. I got a piece coming off the edge there, which I don't like, and I just chipped the corner. Doggone it. Probably would have been better off using something other than scissors. Alright, I will be back. Alright, I finished them. I'm not loving the way all of them turned out, but let me see if I can get you a little closer view here. As soon as I can figure out what I did with my remote. Turn the camera a little more. He's going to get more paint on himself. It's not a big deal. There they are. They're going to be, for the most part, they're going to be pendants. I'm just going to glue a bail. We'll do one of them. Let me find my bails and we'll do one. I used to do paint for it. Loved it. Especially during lockdown, during COVID. I set up a bunch of tables in my yard and let the kids come over in the neighborhood that wanted to. And my kids, grandkids, we did it on the porch. But it gave them something to do. Like when they had PE, I would make them run and go out, because they were all homeschooled at the time. I can show you. Made them go out and run around the yard or do exercises out in the yard. And when it was art class, they'd paint for us. All right. I'm going to get some glue. I'm going to use the B7000. Oh, she's fabulous. Works pretty good for a jewelry glue. Okay. Fine. I don't want to use huge bales. Really. I have a lot of paint left over. Let me get about 3. And we'll do 3 of them and turn them into pendants. So I can show you how I do it. Not that anyone doesn't know how to do it, but alright, let's pick like one of the blue ones, one of the gold ones, which might not. It's dry. It probably needs another coat, but that's okay. Alright. I'm just going to put glue on this. Maybe. Oh, come on. I know you're not empty. I just might. Hopefully not. I had them. I put a pretty good coat of glue on it. And try and line it up. Well, I guess I'll have to wipe it off. Try and make it straight so it hangs straight. Don't really want to, but. And then I usually turn them over, lay them flat, and let it dry. I don't know why this one seems to be. I don't know if this is the tube that had the hole in it. Could be. Because I'm not getting much out of it. One of them I realized after I put it in a tote had a hole in it and was leaking all inside my tote. So I was not a happy camper on that one. And just try and line it up so it's...
My camera shows everything. That's the only thing that's really clean in here. Because I have been sorting and going through and getting rid of.
Okay.
Have a de-stash sale.
Let's see. I know I have another tube of it, but I'm not sure where it's at.
Okay. No, that's fine. This one's orange.
I like that one because it has the little spout on it. That one probably still has a little left in it, but I think that's the tube that has the hole in it.
Orange. I don't need that orange. Don't need the reds.
Yeah, see, this one's not quite as...
Oh, I already have
it's a little more liquefied than that one is.
Oh, this is the size mark tubes that I have. They are
we will let these set for just a few minutes and let them dry.
Nina Villegas. I do too, Natalie. Oh, no, let's do... Let me go ahead and do the tube.
I don't know, there's still some in that, but I turned it upside down in my carousel there, so look. Try and clean them off so my lids don't get stuck on them. Okay. Okay, turn that up.
Okay.
Alright, we're going to give them a few minutes to dry. Then we can take these. I just have some little black cords that I got off of now. Problem is if you don't put, and I probably didn't put a big enough bail. I did not. I did not put a big enough bail. Yep. Well, that's why I was using the bigger bales. Well, you get the gist. I mean, you put the bales on them. I should have put bigger bales on them, and I did not. You put the bales on them, and then you make necklaces out of them. But there they all are.
So I'm also going to take it off here.
And that's my heart challenge for Delan's Handmade Woodworking. They will make pendants. I think they... I kind of think my favorite are... I love the holographic glitter ones, but I kind of like these with the tattoos on them. But let's do my... I'll zoom back out. And I'll do my shout out list. And then I will be done. Alright. I got Wanda's Blessed Creations, Stacy _ the Crafty Cat, Rezn Liz, India Brady Art, Art by me, Andrew Walker, Coral Marines Resin Art, We Miss You Coral, Butch's Resin Creations, June's House of Crafts, My Love of Crafts, Reptiles and Resin, Jaybird Resin Art, at Julia's Crafty Chaos, at Artsy Doodles 1, Amy's Resin Corner, Epoxy Me That, Crafting with Carla, Billy Holman Creations, Patricia's Crafting Corner, Custom Created Handmade Crafts, Cynthia's Crafts and More, Blessed Epoxy by Amy. At Resin Artist. Martha's Craft Room. Dragons and Dresses Craftsorium. Missouri Mama. Marvelous Artsy. Creepy Crafts. Resin Me Up. My Heart Creations by Renee. Lori, aka Midwest Meemaw. Ruby's Resin Studio. At Mamas-Madhouse-Creations. That's Miss Gail Henke. Laney's Crafting Creations. Bear and the Boss Lady. Delan's Handmade Woodworking. Amy Jo. Dot's Woodland. Professor Rusty's Workshop. Rhinestone Suzanne. Creation Dust 777. Stressful Mom Paints. Grumpy's Laid Back Carving. Dad Carbs. Perry the Carving Wizard. Runic's Workshop. Woodchucker Chainsaw Carver. Ray and Sandy's Woodworking. Happy Curmudgeon Carving. I hope I said that right, Matthew. Mike is Making Stuff. LJ Woodworks. Old Path Woodcraft. The Shoops Wood Shop. New Beginnings Woodworks. Oli Makes. Johnny's Lathe Crafts. Resining Art. And Johnny's Corner. Okay, that's what I have. And I'm going to get this video done and get it loaded. This is my heart challenge. Bye for now.